Hey, it's Gabriel Brown here with another credit repair tip. And today I want to discuss how to get a perfect credit score in 2020. Now, a perfect score, scores go from 300 if we're talking about a FICO score. And a FICO score is the one you want to focus on because 95% of banks use FICO scores. So you want to focus on FICO, all right? Now, 300 to 850. So 850 would be considered a perfect score, all right? Now, this is some of the tactics that you can use to get your score as close to 850 as possible. The first thing you need to do is you need to have perfect payment history, okay? Payment history, you have perfect payment history. No late payments, okay? You also want to try to pay, if not on the due date, before the due date. Okay, you want to have perfect payment history. The next thing you want to do to get to a perfect credit score is you want your credit utilization, all right, to be less than what the national average is. The average is 30%. You want to keep your utilization of any account that you have below 30%. So let's say you have a $1,000 credit card. Okay, 30% utilization is you can only use $300. Well, the best utilization to get your score as close to 850 as possible is to only utilize 7%. Okay, so you want your credit utilization to be 7%. Okay, your payment history, you want 100% on time, and credit utilization, you want to be at 7%. So on all your accounts, you want to try to have your utilization below 7% or at least at 7%, okay? The next thing you want to have is you want to have a good mix of accounts. You want to have a mortgage account, an auto loan, all right? Credit cards, department store cards. You want to have a good mix, and you need a thick enough file. You cannot have a thin file. A thin file means you don't have a lot of trade lines. A thick file means you have enough trade lines to show that you are utilizing your credit, okay? I like to see, for a mix, I like to see one mortgage, all right? 2 car loans, 1 or 2, okay? 7 credit cards, whether there's 5 major credit cards and 2 department store, or 4 and 3, 4 major credit cards and 3 department store cards, okay? 1, 2, and 7, all right? And then sometimes it can't hurt if you have some personal loans, maybe like a consolidation loan, a personal loan, all right? It shows that a banker is actually giving you cash, because an installment account on your credit report, which is what a mortgage is or an auto loan, but a personal loan is also an installment account, so that works the mix. So let's say you've had 1 installment personal loan, okay? So we have 1 mortgage, 2 cars, 7 credit cards, 1 installment loan. And maybe this is over, let's say, a 7 to 10 year period, right? Okay, because many people won't need all of this at the same time, or won't pursue getting all of this at the same time. But a good mix to have on your report over a 7 to 10 year period is a profile similar to this, right? But most importantly, you want to make sure you also don't have a lot of inquiries, okay? When I applied for my Blackcard, 2 inquiries was too many, according to Blackcard. When they declined me, I had too many inquiries, and they said 2 was too many. So you want to make sure you don't have a lot of inquiries, okay? You want to have a proper mix. You want the right credit utilization. You want the 100% payment history. And then the next thing is the actual credit capacity rule, the CC rule. The credit capacity rule says that you only want to use about 30% of the total number of accounts or credit cards you have. So if you're at 10 cards, you're not supposed to use more than 3. So to not violate the credit capacity rule, all right, the 7 cards you have, you shouldn't be using more than 2. Okay, so know the credit capacity rule is 30%. But to get almost a perfect credit score, I would say put your credit capacity rule at 15%. Okay, so you know, maybe that's only using 1 or 2 of your cards, but you have to have more accounts to do that. Okay, so this is what will get you close as possible to a perfect credit score in 2020. Let's review it. You want to have perfect payment history. All right, you want your credit utilization to be 7% or less. You want a proper mix of credit accounts. You want maybe 1 mortgage, 2 auto loans, okay, 7 credit cards, maybe 4 major credit cards and 3 department store, okay, and maybe 1 personal loan, installment loan to show as well that a bank has loaned to you cash, okay. All right, you want your inquiries low and you want your credit capacity to be under 15%. Okay, so you want to make sure that you don't have all of your cards with open balances, you know, at once. So keep that credit capacity within check. And this should get you closer and closer to an 850 in 2020.